I'm waiting for your call, Disney Plus, whenever you're ready. I also have a Harry Potter show in mind. Hey readers, writers, and story lovers, my name is Hannah. I publish as HS Paisley, and today we're gonna watch the honest trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I mean, it's been so long since the show came out. I feel like all of my opinions have already been said by other people, but the one person who okay, so I watched the first episode and I was like, I love Star Wars, so let's watch episode 2. And I watched episode 2 and I was like, why is this about Leia and the Inquisitorial Squad? After that, I watched it more. This is not, I don't even know how true this is, but I have a little crush on Jeremy Jahns. I mean, who doesn't? And I wanted to know his opinion of Obi-Wan, but I wanted to understand it. So I watched this show so that I could understand his reviews and what he was talking about episode by episode. And a lot of the things he said I did agree with, that it should have been a smaller story. And if you haven't watched his reviews, I highly, highly suggest you watch them. But I really agree that it should have been a smaller story. I actually think, and he didn't say this, but I really think, I don't know why Luke and Leia were in this at all. They should not have been in this at all. Fine. Whatever. A lot of it I thought was great, especially since I just finished the Clone Wars. So the Vader Obi-Wan fight in the finale. And there were a couple of lines that were like, you know, when he's like, you didn't, oh, spoiler alert, that you didn't kill Anakin, I did. Goosebumps, so good. And there was another line too, I can't remember what it was now, that I really liked in that. But just like their fight in general at the end, I really liked. Their first encounter with the fire and the dragging. Okay, yeah, but okay. Other than that, I mean, there were parts of it I liked, like the double agent, cool, like the fake Jedi, cool. Loved seeing Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor together on screen again. Anyways, okay, so I wanted to watch the honest trailer, and naturally I wanted to watch it with you guys because this is sometimes how I give my semi-reviews of things. And I also like to laugh with you, and I hope you guys like to laugh with me. Just before we hop into this, as always, if you did not already know, I am a self-published author. These are my books, Magic Required and Dominion Required, follow the story of a Celtic demigod trying to seek a redemption he is not sure he deserves. My third novel, Blood, Kin, and Curses, follows the story of a newly turned vampire as she discovers a world she never knew existed while trying to avoid an ancient curse. And I am now an Audible affiliate, and you can use my link, audibletrial.com/Hannah, to get 30 days for free with Audible. With your membership, you get 1 credit a month along with full access to all of the included titles. You get access to Audible originals and podcasts and a membership price on all of their audiobooks, and they have thousands of titles from business, wellness, celebrity memoirs. You could use your credit even on a bestseller. I love using my credits on bestsellers because they're so expensive otherwise. You can also use that Audible credit to check out 2 of my 3 fantasy novels. Hopefully my third one will be on there soon. Magic Required and Dominion Required both have audiobooks, and I am currently working on the audiobook for Blood, Kin, and Curses. If you have been thinking about trying Audible, I encourage you to use my link, audibletrial.com/Hannah. And then one of my books, one of these, oh, not this one, these ones. Hopefully 3 soon. Thank you so much to everybody who has read my book. If you have read it, please review it. If you have reviewed it, gold star to you. Feel free to buy it for a friend for Christmas. Or just send them the link to my Audible trial. No matter what, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and let's watch the honest trailer for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I haven't watched an honest trailer in a while, and I am mucho excited. Oh, the Batman! I can do that one too, because I've watched the Batman now. Did I already watch that by myself? Maybe. The anticipation.
Now that George Lucas cashed out and Disney turned the franchise into FIFA with lightsabers, open wide as they chuck another hunk of content down the Rancor pit of Disney Plus.
The Rancor pit.
This was actually pretty tasty. Obi-Wan Kenobi. You had to watch Han Solo turn into a broke, divorced dad. You had to watch Luke Skywalker become a gross recluse. Now, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi's turn to go down bad, and this legend from the prequels and original trilogy and Clone Wars becomes a sad fishmonger who everyone roasts like
He
Anakin
was
on
okay.
Beach Day.
You seem kind of old and beat up.
She drove me actually crazy.
And the next 9 years are gonna suck even more.
I was thinking
Prepare
that
for a
too.
show that reminds you how great the prequels were when they're cut down to a 3-minute recap montage. And cheer as the best part of those films returns.
Obi-Wan!
Hello, Dex.
Follow along on the celibate religious man's new mission. Stare at a 10-year-old boy all day. But when a special little princess gets moved to another castle, Obi will have to save a Skywalker for the upteenth time, even though he's forgotten his super speed. Forgotten how twins work.
How old are you?
And forgotten how to hide, like, at all. Hey, you gonna change your last
Yeah.
name, buddy? Maybe dye your hair? I don't know. Stop wearing Jedi
He's gonna dye his
robes?
hair white.
That's not an improvement. You look like Vincent Adult Man.
Hello, other grown-up.
Thrill at the latest installment of Star Wars Babies, Leia Edition. Vivian Blair shines as a young princess with more sass than Carrie Fisher if she were actually born into royalty.
If anyone asks, you're my daughter.
Granddaughter, maybe.
What?
And once this lone wolf and cub link up, you're in for yet another round of Grumpy Warrior gets a cute sassy kid to safety. But hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Oh
Hello
my
there again,
god. Oh,
A
they're
galaxy's
getting
worth
it.
of supporting characters, some of whom don't even live on Tatooine. Like a guy who puts the mid and midichlorians.
Judgmental.
An
So
Imperial officer
judgmental.
who's not
I
like
liked
those
her
other
arc.
Imperials. She feels bad about it.
I joined up when the
Well, that is like a real thing, though. That's something that I really felt so much that, and even at the end of the Clone Wars, all of the soldiers who were not clones just, let's kill Jedis now, you know? And of course, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, maybe this isn't the good side. You know? I liked her arc.
I stood for something. I made some mistakes.
And evil, twisted villains like
And he's in Rebels,
modern
right?
Star Wars fandom.
If you're sending her bullying messages, you're no Star Wars fan in my mind.
Riva, a youngin'
Facts.
who never finished her grooming, but graduated with honors from the loud, quiet, loud again School of Villainy.
Tell me where the Jedi is!
What makes you think he won't see it coming?
Send out the probes.
I feel like she could have been written a little better.
And he slaughtered them.
Like, I think that her arc, first off, 6 episodes was not enough for her arc, let alone a whole Obi-Wan story as well. So I think that any development that she could have got are in the 10 episodes of this season that we will never see. Maybe it's in her own show, as the reviews, love of my life, Jeremy Jan said. There should have been more than one show. But I don't really feel like her character turn, like, had enough depth. And towards the end, like, she didn't kill... She must have done so many horrible things to get to where she was. And she did that because horrible things were done to her. I just... And then she didn't kill Luke. So, like... She could have been written better.
And of course, Darth Vader, who's now literally a mix of man and machine. Hayden Christensen kills
The
it
double
in a dual
voice
role
thing?
as both
Ooh.
the guy in the Big D suit and his Anakin in his 7th senior year at Jedi Academy. He'll give us fresh insight into Vader's loss of humanity and show us what really turned Annie to the dark side.
Your need to prove yourself is your undoing. Until you overcome it, a Padawan you will still be.
So, to prove himself worthy of being a Jedi, Anakin had to try his hardest to stop trying so hard to prove himself worthy of being a Jedi? Okay, this scene makes sense now. So enjoy the weird
That
new
poor
middle
little
ground
Jedi
of Star
boy.
Wars that looks bad for a movie, but good for a TV show. Too short for a series, but too long for a film. Incredible
Yeah.
lightsaber duels, but rinky-dink sets. And a story constrained by the trilogies that take place before and after. but drops enough breadcrumbs to launch a Rogue Squadron's worth of future Star Wars content.
Just getting started.
I think
Yeah.
I had a brother.
I think I've just found out what they're hiding down here.
That whole thing, I mean, if they're setting up a show for it, okay, but like why? Like what? Also, I don't think this needed to be very constrained by the trilogy before or the trilogy after. I feel like if this was Obi-Wan is hiding and meets another Jedi and helps get that Jedi out, you know, where Obi-Wan rediscovers a bit of purpose through, even if it's still the Leia kidnapped story, but the two of them never cross paths, you know? I think if he just stays away from some of the major players of the later films, and we're teased with those characters in episode 6, and this is just a story about him whose faith has been lost and it is renewed in some small action, this would have been a better show. I'm waiting for your call, Disney Plus. Whenever you're ready. I also have a Harry Potter show in mind. I don't know how many times I have to say this on the channel.
Okay, none of those Jedi are actually dead. Disney just Jurassic Parked them until it's their turn for a show.
Right. Yeah.
Starring Gentle Ben, Problem Child. That's what I love about these younglings, man. I get older, they stay the same age. Neon Genesis Revangelion. I don't like sand snakes. They're coarse and rough and irritating. He doesn't even go here. Hashtag justice for Hat.
His character was horrible.
Moisture here. Where are the Jedi? Round back? Whoops. Hold my Beirut. What
Oh
I
my
got, I gotta
God.
give it to Ariva. Cool male non-Jedi. Nice cube.
Nice
And the
cube.
one lesson Disney can't afford to learn.
It's the past. Move on. Be done with it.
Also,
Ben-Hur.
oh my God, Ben-Hur, horrible.
So Reva's plan was to work her way up to Grand Inquisitor, then just try to stab Darth Vader in the back?
So stupid.
Probably gonna see that one coming.
So
It's
stupid.
literally the only way Sith get promoted.
Her fight with Vader was dumb. That made me angry. She had worked so hard, killed all these innocent people to get to where she was, and then just to scream warn him. Ah! One thing that I very much enjoy about shows that I don't love is rewriting them in my brain. And thinking about a smaller Obi-Wan helps a Jedi get off Tatooine, encounters an Inquisitor, learns this thing about the Inquisitor, and then maybe they have a little showdown. Maybe we get a peek of him v Darth Vader, and the Jedi gets off planet and saved, and Obi-Wan's faith is renewed, and he's still training himself in the Force, talks to Qui-Gon at the end, and is watching over Luke. Like that, I'm here for all that. I think all that would have been great. And I love the ideas that the Star Wars universe gives all of us, and the space that we have to imagine different things, even if what's on the screen or in a book or whatever is not exactly what we want. Still a slut for Star Wars. Okay, what did you guys think of Obi-Wan? What do you think of my rewrite? Please let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much if you've read my book. I hope you guys are all happy and healthy, taking care of yourselves and each other. That's always easier when you're hydrated, so go get some water, because you're probably dehydrated.